When you think of innovative people who have done groundbreaking research, people who inspire you, people who've made contributions that will likely change the world, you don't usually think of teenagers, but that is just what you will find in this week's Teen People magazine. The writers searched the country and found 20 young people they consider extraordinary. Their feats include fighting for health care in Africa and lobbying for foster care. Now, one of those teens is with us this morning. Clotilde is a 17-year-old high school freshman, mind you, who raised tens of thousands of dollars to build schools for girls in Afghanistan, and she joins us now from Buffalo, New York. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, first of all, you're just a freshman in high school. What inspired you to do such a great thing?
Several things, really. I think the main thing was, as you know, after September 11th, Afghanistan was most definitely thrust into media spotlight. So it was continually hearing the horror stories of, women and girls facing really utter injustice under the Taliban, particularly with regards to an education, that they had been denied one, and, as a result, were really suffering. So as a student at an all-girls school, I definitely kind of felt their pain and wanted to reach out and provide them with the opportunities that I have.
Okay, it's one thing to want to reach out, but it's a completely different thing when you're actually going through with it. Where do you start? How did you raise the money?
You start by talking to people. You start by going to the different schools and asking them to join with you and work on behalf of these girls. We've raised the money a plethora of ways, from car washes to local dances to jeans days to bottle drives. You really name it.
Any way you could, huh?
Any way you could, exactly.
Okay, and so because of this money, you were able to build a school in Afghanistan. Have you seen the school? Have you heard from the girls who are attending there?
I have not yet seen the school. I hope to visit Afghanistan. I've seen it via photographs, which are, most definitely beautiful. And I, as I said, hope to go there someday. The coalition, which is the group I work with, has not yet been able to actually verbally communicate with the girls. But that's definitely a goal, and we hope to accomplish that soon.
Well, we are looking pictures of the girls there at the school, and obviously this is making a huge difference in their lives. I want to bring in now Mason Hedberg, who is an 18-year-old Brown University freshman who conducted a groundbreaking research in cancer-fighting technologies, and we want to talk to him now. He joins us from Providence, Rhode Island. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, tell us about what you were able to research and where you got the idea for this.
All right, my project was started in junior year, and I was working with an enzyme called telomerase that can allow cancer cells to keep dividing. So what I did is develop a process which can identify molecules that can knock out this enzyme in cancer cells and potentially stop their growth. And this could be used in tangency with chemotherapy or radiation to accelerate the death of the cancer cells.
Now, you started this because of a personal connection. Tell us about that.
In my sophomore year of high school, my grandmother was diagnosed with chordoma, which is a rare form of cancer in the base of her spine, and she needed 2 12-hour operations to remove the tumor. And then I started reading about alternative and experimental cancer therapies because of the long recovery my grandmother had, and that's when I first read about this telomerase enzyme.
And actually, you've put in for a patent for this particular technique that you've been able to research and conduct?
Yep, I applied for a patent this October.
Wow,
and
that is
takes about a year to go through, so we'll see what happens.
That is amazing. 18 years old. Both of you are so inspirational. Before we run out of time with you this morning, I want to go back to you, Clotilde. Yeah. For those in the world who think, one person can't make a difference, what's your answer to them?
You're absolutely wrong. You can make a difference no matter how old you are. And I think what it's about is really finding your passion, because it's one thing to help, but it's a lot easier to help if you're doing something you really love. So I think it's whether your passion is video games, whether it's cancer research, whether it's girls' education, find it and from there, move on.
Where there's a will, there is a way. Mason, yes. What's your answer to that? What's your advice?
I completely agree with her. I mean, people ask me how I got on this track, and I mean, as far back as I can remember, I was always playing with bugs in the backyard. I always started with nature and science, so I've just been pursuing this path, and I was lucky to come on what I came up with.
From bugs to cancer research, my goodness, you have come a long ways in your short 18 years. We thank you both for being with us, and you're so inspirational. Best of luck in all your endeavors, and keep changing the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.